Good morning, everybody. It's 9:58, Saturday, June 2nd, and you're joining Logical Excess, and this is The Witcher 3, number 13. And as I promised, farming and inventory management, and so we're on because I was actually able to acquire enough wealth to pay for the School of the Cat upgrade. So let's get started.
I see you gather before me.
Excuse me.
Fiddlesticks, these numbers don't add up the way I'd like.
So as you can see here, we have the new cat school gear on here. And this is the armor that has the hood, but I'm not wearing the hood right now. I've got the professor's glasses on because I don't know. I just think it looks cooler without the hood. That's just me. But you can see here we are with the hood, and I also farmed up enough money to pay for some repairs and improvements back at my vineyard, which I really haven't got a chance to explore yet or take advantage of. So, anyways, in terms of the story, this is where we left off the last time. We were at Turn and Face the Strange. We were searching the underwater ruins for Professor Moreau's grave. Um, as unlikely as it sounds, Geralt found the entrance to Professor Moreau's laboratory in the sunken elven ruins of Dol Nevde. Things seemed to be getting more and more interesting, so the Witcher did not hesitate to plunge onward. So let's go ahead and let's push that forward, because I think that there's a pretty big reward at the end of that in terms of being able to initiate new mutations. You know, which we greatly stand to benefit from.
Nice tune.
Carolina Stahira, what's the pleasure in slaughtering a weakling? If you wish to draw blood, draw it from a king. It's a hard point to argue with.
Damn, you're ugly.
Okay, now here we are. So let's see what's in store for us. We got some savant mushrooms here. Copper ore.
Implanted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got. Seems someone besides me might be ferreting around here. Someone's slipping. No way I can slink through there. Find a way around. Someone besides me might be ferreting around. No way I can slink through there.
Crap.
Find a way around.
I knew that was going to kill me as soon as I initiated the fall. Can't believe I didn't get an autosave to kind of set me back to where I started. I think it was literally seconds away from an autosave. Oh well. I missed it. I didn't catch it.
Implanted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got.
So what we're gathering here is that somebody's already been in these ruins. Let's see. Almost makes you wonder if there was some sort of reward for traversing the dangerous spike path. Oh crap, and there is. Where's the beast oil? Oh my gosh, I thought I fell over there. Looks like we have a shrine to a goddess here in a pit. But actually looks like there might be a reward for going down there in the pit. Okay, you didn't have to. I was like, I had to get a running jump to cross that chasm, but no, you didn't.
Blood-soaked. Grave robber was wounded while attempting the climb. Needed to bandage up. Managed to avoid the panthers at least.
Okay, that will probably surely be a fault of your death. Okay, so that was just a circle back around to where I could have already gone. Professor Moreau's diary. Since certain suspicious individuals have begun hanging around outside my laboratory, I have been forced to implement additional security measures. I suspect they are but common criminals looking for something shiny to steal and have no real interest in my research, but better safe than sorry. Legible fragment. Furthermore, on the advice of an engineer acquaintance of mine, I have decided to secure the premises with a simple mechanical apparatus. In one of the rooms along the route to the laboratory, I have installed a mechanism for locking and unlocking the doors, which is operated by pressing 4 protruding stones placed high upon the walls. I can bypass this lock with ease by using a simple spell, but a common thief will be faced with the Double challenge. First, he must notice the stones and puzzle out their purpose. Then he must find a way to press them.
Couldn't I just do this? Whoever was here must have scaled that wall, evaded the Panthers.
Looks like we have like a zip line here.
Course. Locked. Notes I found mention 4 protruding stones. Gotta press them somehow. Crossbow, maybe? Could try to hit them. Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself.
One down, 3 more to go. 2 down, 2 more to go. Isn't there another one over here? One more to go.
Ah, did it.
What about the zip line?
Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself.
Gold nugget.
Interesting as places go. Seems someone put a lot of thought into its design. Should look around.
Alright, this is... Remember, elemental oil, right? For stone creatures. Creatures made of stone, not stoned creatures.
You are not welcome here.
What now, you piece of film?
Gargoyles, Paul. Wait a second.
Great. Portals. This just keeps getting better.
So we have 3 to choose from. Let's go through the left first.
Portal. Back where I started.
Not quite. But actually, yes. So let's go to the left.
Damn it. Back where I started.
Okay, I'm getting confused now. Do not go through the left. Go to the right portal.
Damn it, wrong again. Could be some clue around here. Damn it, back where I started.
What is he playing, like an instrument or something? I'm looking at the statue to see if it gives me a clue.
Alright, now to find the next portal. Alright, now to find the next portal. Damn it, back where I started.
Alright, we're gonna go into the portal that the statue is facing. And now that brings me up to the second level. And now...
Alright, now to find the next portal.
He's not holding the same instrument. He's holding an orb now. Weird.
Statues seem oddly oriented, as if to all face in one direction. The right portal, maybe?
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, but how do I get to the portal that this statue's facing? I guess I can drop down. I didn't, you know what? I didn't even think to drop down because I thought this was the same statue. Okay, this is simple.
Damn it, back where I started.
Maybe not so simple.
Alright, now to find the next portal. Right, now to find the next portal.
It's this one up here on the second tier.
Alright, now to find the next portal.
which one is he facing? It's either that one on the ground. I think it's this one. It's where the Panther's head is facing. Yeah, it looks like it was.
Statues seem oddly oriented, as if to all face in one direction. The right portal, maybe?
Looks like I was wrong. I was wrong.
Right. Now to find the next portal.
Is it this one up here? This one aligns with the statue, but it's on the third tier. And it was.
Must be where Moreau had his lab.
His path was riddled with traps and other such obstacles, but our brave hero had much experience in running even more difficult gauntlets, tired in both mind and spirit from his efforts. In the end, he made it to the professor's lab. It's like the Trial of the Grasses back in
Just need to pick an
Kaer
entry.
Morhen. Like I totally don't even know what I'm doing.
The 18th of Yule, year 1102. Today I begin my great life's endeavor, one greater and more significant than any I have thus far undertaken. For it relates to me personally, to myself and my son. When 15 years passed, a beast of the forest assaulted me. A witcher came to my aid, saved my life. I could not know that for said salvation, I would in the end pay by relinquishing any say as to my own son's fate. Had I the skill to turn back time, I would have done so, and perished rather than surrender to the Witchers my only son. But as it was, on the day when Jerome was taken, I swore an oath on my honor that I would recover my son. Today, following years of research and preparation, I have at last devised a device that allows me to study mutations. If the gods in their goodness grant me but a bit of favor, I shall find a way to reverse said mutations and restore Jerome to a normal life.
So, Professor wasn't out to enhance Witcher mutations, wanted to reverse them. Wonder if he managed, and if there's anything in it for me. Crystal for this entry's missing. Might be somewhere. Should look around.
So his son was made a Witcher, and he was looking to reverse the mutations performed by the Trial of the Grasses.
Observation number 30. The mutations do not set in at once. Curiously, they do not develop over a span of time. Rather, for a mutation to progress towards completion, the appropriate mutagen must be applied continuously. The subject does not bear this well, but I found a way to make the mutations less taxing, invasive. To the mutagen base, I add the albumin of a mutated giant centipede egg. Stored in a glass terrarium, the eggs do not develop, remain small. The eggs themselves are a sight to behold. Mutated, they are luminescent, emitting a wondrous glow. I can only hope my addition of the albumin will produce no significant side effects. Time will tell.
Crystal for this entry's missing. Might be somewhere. Should look around.
Years of experiments, research, sacrifice, all for naught. I have failed to achieve my defined objective. Each mutation I applied to my subjects proved ineffective when applied to Jerome. What I meant to cure him of his witcherism, that which I meant to restore to him a normal life, only deepened his mutations, further augmented his speed and strength, rendered him yet more inhuman. It seems my son must remain a Witcher forever. I have failed. The time has come to abandon this place. Return home to Lydia. She may yet deign to take me back. The contraption and mutagens I leave here, let them wither and crumble, as did my dreams of regaining my son.
So the professor wanted to reverse the mutation's effects. Ended up deepening them. Stroke of luck for me. Could profit from his failure. So, Professor tried to neutralize the effects of Witcher mutations. Only managed to enhance them, though. Used the albumins of giant centipede eggs as his mutagen base. Need to go on an egg hunt. Guessing this man didn't come here willingly. Crystals. Should mount them in the megascope. Missing 2 crystals.
Found one of them.
This crystal must go here. Missing 1 last crystal. Just need to pick an entry.
Let's listen to the second entry.
Observation 22. Despite applying a surfeit of toxic substances, significantly more than usual, the subject displayed no symptoms of overdosing. I believe this to be an effect of the mutations. Thus, a minor success. This mutation should allow Jerome better to tolerate toxicity.
Seen enough.
The so-called giant centipedes are my only comfort in exile. The so-called giant centipedes are my only comfort in exile. Dearly have I paid for my wrongs, being exiled from the beautiful deserts and steppes of Ophir to this hideous green country where all the scents and flavors are so intense they make me sick. Fills my heart with sorrow and regret. My only comfort seems to be a small colony of scolopendros, or more scientifically speaking, scolopendromorphs, here referred to as giant centipedes living in the vicinity of my hut. These wonderful creatures, the sight of which reminds me of home, have most likely chosen this area to settle in because of the presence of shellmars, whose droppings constitute the food of smaller animals, which in turn are consumed by scolopendros. Sometimes I sneak up on them when they are feeding and admire their hooked limbs, mandibles, so sturdy they seem made of iron, and chitinous thoraces shiny enough to let one to gaze upon one's reflection.
Must have kept his son in here. Grim. Intriguing as machinery goes, but how do I start it up? Preserved organs. Hope their donors weren't forced to give them up. Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics.
Witcher mutations, an introduction to research. Before embarking on any consideration of the mutations undergone by Witchers, let alone researching them, one should be aware of the specific physiology and biochemistry of these individuals. The transformations they experience during the trial of the grasses, which are widely considered to be irreversible, cause Witchers to become infertile while significantly increasing their physical strength and sharpening their senses. The process also deprived Witchers of emotions and human reflexes. Although information about the trial of the grasses and other transformations to which young adepts of the Witchercraft are subjected is strictly protected by Master Witchers and Witcher sorcerers, Ludovic Celestin of Bon-Ard claims the albumin of gray scolopendromorphs, the strain of giant centipede more commonly known as pale widows, constituted the basis of Witcher mutagens. However, all research confirming this theory has been lost. And here we are on our way out of the lab. Anyways, let's go ahead and place the last
This
Megascope
crystal
crystal.
must go here. All crystals in place. Show me what you got. Just need to pick an entry.
Observation 58. Sometimes failure is the catalyst for success. I've discovered a method by which one type of mutagen may be transmuted into another through the addition of certain ingredients. This is a great day for science. In addition, I observed that today's dose of mutagens brought the subject to the brink of death. He then suddenly awoke, revived, his strength renewed. Not wholly, of course, but he did in a sense come back from the edge of death. Whether this is attributable to his mutations or to pure coincidence cannot be ascertained. I must conduct further experiments.
Seen enough. Mom's awake and she's not.
I did get a bestiary entry. I forgot about that. Pale Widows. Never have I seen such a creature. It was like a giant centipede, but white, utterly white. Account of Dr. Vitrius de la Vega after the first encounter with the Pale Widow. This rare variety of centipede dwells in underground layers and owes its name to its unusual pale white coloring. Like the more common giant centipede, its body is covered in hard chitinous armor. with numerous hooked limbs sticking out from underneath. Some scholars raise these creatures in laboratory conditions for the properties of the albumin, which makes an excellent base for the brewing of mutagenic potions. Place the mutated giant centipede albumin in the Professor Moreau's contraption and start the machinery. Get undressed and activate his machine. Okay.
Intriguing as machine Professor's mutagens might look like studies they did on his son. Well, time to find out.
We got Iron Maiden. Mutations. You've unlocked. You gain new capabilities, increasing your advantage over normal men and giving you an added edge in killing monsters. To learn more, open the character panel. Searching Professor Moreau's lab gave Geralt a somewhat expanded view of the professor's past and his research. It seemed Moreau's goal had not been to discover how to strengthen the Witcher mutations, but just the opposite, how to reverse them so he could cure his son Jerome of being a Witcher. To Geralt's delight, the professor's plan failed to achieve its desired result. This failure could be of use to the Witcher, however, for by mixing the professor's secret formula into his bloodstream, he gained access to a whole range of new mutations. These promised to make him stronger, faster, more resilient, in short, better. Geralt looked forward to putting them to the test in combat.
Cell for portals. Feels dead. Maybe a sign will revive it.
Was that it? Did I overlook it? I know it's in the completed log, right? There it is. Okay, mutations. Here we go. Press triangle to open the mutations panel. Mutation research. To use mutations first, you must research them. To do this, choose one of the available mutations. Strengthen synapses, toxic blood, cat eyes, metamorphosis, euphoria. Adrenaline rush. When drawn, magic unique and Witcher swords increase sign damage dealt by 50% of their own damage dealt. Mutation research. For mutation research to finish successfully, you must devote the required number of ability points and mutagens to it. Choose one of the advanced mutations. Crossbow damage is now increased from 0 to 0. Values depend on crossbow use, and crossbow critical hit chance is increased by 50%. Required mutations. To develop advanced mutations, you must first develop other more basic ones. Information about this can be found in the mutations description. I do know that strengthen synapses improve by researching mutations. Each stage unlocks an additional ability slot. I know that when I rebuilt the Witcher, my Witcher here, when I did this off screen, I respect him basically. I made him a combat alchemy hybrid build, and I got rid of pretty much any sign attributes that I had before, because I was going for a build that would help me farm up enough freaking money to pay for like the improvements to the estate and to pay for all the new Witcher gear. So most of the builds that I saw on YouTube are pushing this Euphoria as being the best. So I'm going to work toward that. I need 2 ability points. Okay. So I need 2 ability points to move forward here. So I guess I could go find either I go level or go find a place of power. This place deserves a marking on the map here. And I need to put my gear back on. It looks like I'm about to out-level some of the mainline quest here, so... Fist of Fury in Toussaint, and the Beast of Toussaint, and Father Knows Worst, so... We're going to complete this level 36, level 37 quest, and then push forward the Beast of Toussaint. While traversing Toussaint, Geralt learned local aficionados of wine and raucous entertainment were fond of organizing fist-fighting tournaments as well. He decided to enter the list. So let's do this.
Come on, Roach. Come on now.
Life in Beauclair can be quite dear. Death.
I'm in the Beauclair port, but is there a way out of here? What is this? Oh, a dye merchant. Okay. Cool.
That's always free.
Let's go. Slow now. Whoa. Go, go. Faster. Slow now.
Colossus. It's like a whole nother half of the town that I haven't even bothered with.
Come on.
By the cliff is witness. A witch.
Hey there.
Hey, Master Witcher, will you face Colossus? Folks say those of your guild pack a thunderous punch.
He's as old as Father William. I smack him once. He spent a week wondering if anyone saw the crest on the carriage that ran him over.
Let's do this.
Oh, now you look to be a man in search of exertion. Hey, Whitelocks, will you dare to fight Colossus?
Colossus. Interesting as monikers go. Or is that what his mother called him out of the womb, too?
Why would she not have? Colossus. It rings out with pride and passion. So, will you fight?
Guess go big or go home.
Fine. Let's fight.
Ah, boring. I'm not interested. Quick I am. Too quick for you. It'll be knick-knack, paddywhack. Here's your arm bone. Where's the sport in it?
Don't want to fight? Why bother looking for challengers then? Wasting my time.
Oh, a bit testy are we? A witcher, right? Let's do it like this. You parry 3 blows I throw your way, you win. But you can't swing at me. Not once. Just deflect my blows. Got it? Catch 3 of them, and I'll toss you double your wager.
Feeling that generous?
No, I just know you can't do it. No one's ever done it. Too fast, see? So, willing to try for 3 blocks?
Fine. Doubt I'll have any trouble deflecting a few blows.
That I get. At long last, one with a sportsman's soul. Now, listen. The rules say you're not to start your parry until I've cocked my fist. Standing with your guard ups, not allowed.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, witness a most peculiar fight. How shall I say this? The Witcher has accepted a colossal challenge.
Come on, come closer.
Too quick for you, huh?
There we go.
Incredible! The Witcher has parried Colossus's blows. No one's ever managed that feat.
Here's your due.
Thanks.
Now, to face
Hell
the
yeah.
Maestro, all you've left are rambles with Mancomb and the knight known as Still Waters.
Still
Seek
Waters
out the
and
knight
Mancomb.
in the heart of Oatville, near Mountebank Alley, whereas Mancomb loiters about the docks south of that district.
I'm gonna go defeat Mancomb and Stillwater.
Wouldn't mind if that beast devoured me. I'd
Wish
get
it was
some
a
peace at last.
Stillwaters. We're going for Stillwaters.
Humblest greetings.
Humblest greetings.
That's it, Roach.
Faster.
Do you know the colors I would see on the Duchy's banners?
This guy, he's getting down. Are you?
A witcher?
What's he doing? Rubbing his foot in dog crap?
Not so fast, Roach.
No, I think he actually stepped in dog turds. Seriously. It's the first time I've ever noticed that. Or the little kid out here pranking crap on the streets. I don't know what that is. It looks like dog crap. All right.
He's not here.
That's it, Roach.
Or did somebody take a dump on the streets?
Move it.
I've always dreamt of traveling.
Faster.
Here we are. Here's the next fight.
Slow now. Whoa.
Would you care to challenge Still Waters?
We're going to take Stillwaters down.
Shall you face off against Still Waters? Shall you? Shall you?
I like your glasses, bro.
Like to know who I'm punching. This knight won't reveal his name or face. Won't say anything at all, not a word.
Rein in your curiosity, sir. A knightly vow is no idle promise. Still Waters shall conceal both face and crest until such time as one defeats him. So, will you fight or not?
Gotta love that mask. We're gonna go 100 crowns.
I challenge you to a duel.
Awesome haircut, too.
Noble lords and virtuous ladies, another fight is soon to begin.
Come on, sucker. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Come on, Stillwaters.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Witcher defeats the previously invincible Still Waters. And what about it was? Freed of his vow, the knight can now show his face.
Your blows are strong and true.
Was a woman?
My congratulations.
Thanks.
Have you naught to add?
4. It's the 13th century. Nothing peculiar about it. Women own taverns, run farms, and fight.
Yeah.
Will you not claim there was no honor in fighting a wench?
It's modern times.
No. I'd expect to hear that from someone who was afraid to lose to a woman.
Only Mancomb remains. You should look for him by the docks, south of Oakville. Once you've bested him, you can try your strength against the Maestro.
You gave me the hiccups!
Have you ever seen a blue fairy?
Never you worry. The air here is such that one is never hungover.
I expect Mancomb to be a man, but I might be surprised.
Slow now.
Roach.
Come on, Roach.
Scars.
Reginald Aldry has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now.
Unbelievable.
I thought you could canter, or not canter, but gallop in some parts of the city.
Did I get a piece of you, Grey Groin?
Witcher, surely you've techniques you'd care to test and demonstrate.
Looks like a liquid mercy to me. If his tongue's as tight as I think, I'll knock him down with one blow.
There's the bookie.
Do you wish to jump in?
Considering it.
So you're not surprised. Consider this as well. Here, intellect counts as much as strength.
You see, Mancomb is no ordinary fighter.
Mancomb?
Like Man Bun.
First I've ever encountered that name.
One should never judge an opponent by his name. Master Mancomb is a saddler, though a valiant one at that. His blows are as fierce as his riposts are sharp.
A saddler? I guess that's somebody who creates saddles for a living.
Fine, let's start.
Oh, my knees quake like a carnival rattle.
Let's get on with this ridiculous battle.
I'm a top taunter, the best around, not one to be beaten by some inbred hound.
Hear how pathetic and stupid you sound. Your mama would rather fight than Chad. These are the responses.
Guess you'd know, since your mom's a bitch.
Ah, pathetic. This'll be easy. What's wrong? Afraid? Gut feeling queasy?
Yeah, because you stink. Afraid I might kill you. It's got me uneasy. Bored of talking. Time to fight.
Your bones look thin. Your breathing's wheezy. Afraid one punch might kill you. It's got me uneasy.
Should have quit before we've even began. You're annoying. Let's fight already.
Now I know how you do it. Just annoy your opponents to death.
Let's end this pitiful farce. You, Witcher, are the dullest man alive. Put up your guard.
Finally.
Alright, this dude. What's this dude be hard? Nah. I think there's a quest in the game like that. It's like a rap battle. A medieval rap battle.
That's enough of that.
Boom! Oh, now he was easier than the other two. Might have been the first guy I should have started with.
Inconceivable! An unprecedented contest! Though walloped in the battle of wits, the Witcher still managed to beat Mancomb! Literally! We've never seen this before! Thus, you've gained the right to challenge the Maestro. Look for him at the docks, and congratulations. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Cause your mother's a bitch. The Witcher defeated a triumvirate of challengers. He told me later some of them were quite colorful characters. This feat qualified him to fight in a bout against the reigning master of the Toussaint fist-fighting circuit, the Maestro. Okay, and that is... We're going to hold off on fighting the Maestro because he actually might kick our butts. One day, while strolling through Beauclair's bustling streets, Geralt spotted a notice. Someone was in need of an escort as they wished to penetrate a cave. The task seemed none too complicated or taxing, so the Witcher concluded it would be unwise to let it pass.
Halt. I say, is that Geralt? Geralt of Rivia? Sir! Come to me, please! Approach!
What's up, Jacket? Jacket? Jacket?
My eyes were not deceived. Yet so far south. You, sir, of all folk in all your fame.
Mm-hmm. Me. South in all my fame.
Oh, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair, not a day passed without him baying out a ballad in admiration of your deeds.
Yeah, unwelcome little habit of his. But, what can I do for you?
Ah, you see, my betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor to bring me the head of the horrid beast they call Grattore.
Couldn't have gotten you a bouquet, some sweets in a bag?
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands proof through heroic deeds dedicated to the heart's captor. But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight. Thus I must plead with you to see what's become of him. Could you? Would you?
She used the term fortnight.
This Grattore. Know anything else about it, mademoiselle? Judging by the name, guessing it lives in a cave.
Yes. From which it prowls when hungry. By night, when all are asleep, it creeps into villages. Then, of a sudden, breaks open shutters, reaches inside and snatches babes from their cradles so quickly they've not the time to yelp.
Nocturnal, long prehensile arms, intelligent.
Francois claimed he would cut the filth down in a snap, but he's been gone so long. Will you help, sir? I cannot sleep. I fear this worrying will be the death of me.
Let's talk about the cash.
Rarely my wont to turn down a damsel in distress. Even less so when there's a prize involved.
Ah, naturally. Why, you, sir, are no knight-errant, but a guildsman, an expert. How much would you need?
Okay, let's try to get our 30%. She's probably going to decline it.
A few crowns less, master. A fistful. I beg you so. Yes, that amount I am prepared to pay.
We'll do it.
Do my damnedest to get your fiancé back safe and sound. Just, mind telling me where to look for him?
I forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They say Grattore has its lair in the caves at the foot of the Gorgon Hills.
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary. Plenty have, but none's returned. My concern is well-founded.
I see. All right. High time I set off.
Witcher.
As cold as ice. crap. That is a pretty high level quest, so we're not going to do that. Feet as cold as ice. They all have accents here. Happened like this. A nasty rain caught me while I was out in the woods, so I thought to myself, I'll hide in some hollow, for God's forbid I get soaked through and catch a cold at my age. So I crawled into a cave, and there inside something roars at me, tore out of there so fast. Wind had dried my coat by the time I got home. Velistalia, herbalist. No one knows exactly when the Spriggan called the Grator first made its home in the caves at the foot of Mount Gorgon. Spriggans usually prefer isolated backwoods and rarely make dens in caverns. Yet Grator seemed to have taken a liking to grottos, giving rise to his nickname. The monster was quite well known among Beauclair knights, who often talked of it as a potential source of great glory. None were particularly eager to actually engage the monster in combat, however. None, that is, except for the young knight Francois. And I presume that he's probably not alive. Any semblance of false modesty aside, I can comfortably contend that my songs of Geralt's deeds are known to the world over. The Duchy of Tucson is no exception. There my ballads praising our witcher's so oft demonstrated valor and honor remain popular to the extreme. So much so that on one occasion it was chiefly thanks to my works that Geralt was offered a contract. A young noble lady who had learned of the Witcher solely from my thoroughly accurate descriptions picked him out of a crowd and promptly begged him for aid. She was concerned for her fiancé, Francois, who had set out not long past to slay a monster in honor of his betrothed. The monster was known as Grator, and the lady's beloved had not yet returned. The lady tasked the Witcher with learning what had become of the young knight. Alrighty. We're just keep loading up on task and quest. And this is taking me way over here. I guess the nearest sign is the Chichote Cave. So we'll go there. Chichote.
How you like that silver? Slow. Let's go! Whoa!
Slow now.
Where in the world am I now?
Move it!
Slow now. Whoa. Take it easy.
I don't know if Carmen Sandiego ever went to North Korea. Albertus Grotto.
Help! Help us!
Someone!
Don't fear, a Witcher's here.
What's this about?
Monsters! Monsters there, in the cave!
We managed to flee, but Hugo remains inside.
Hugo?
Our brother!
Hugo.
He's still in there,
One of my
inside.
supervisors.
Help us find him! We'll pay you for your toil.
That's not a very common name. Over here. Oh crap, I gotta talk to these guys. Like, what attacked you exactly? Why'd you go in here to begin with? You're the ones looking for someone to escort you.
You post that notice about an escort?
Yes, we did. And not without cause, it seems. We waited some days, yet when none answered, we risked the expedition unaccompanied.
Fools we were. We'd have done better to show patience. Wait. Poor Hugo. Left to an unknown fate.
Why do you even go in there?
We lost our way.
Mistake that cave for the high road?
By the hair on my chinny chin chin, what difference does it make whether we went in for a stroll or to gather students? Hugo remains inside, in grave danger. That's what matters. Will you go in after him or not? Every second could be vital.
Noticed what attacked you?
There was no time. We ran for the exit as soon as we felt the earth quiver. But Hugo, well, he went the other way.
So, monsters crawl out of the ground?
I suppose. In truth, I don't know. We just ran. Did not look back.
Alright, let's talk about the money.
I could look into it, but it'll cost you.
How much would you take?
I'm gonna charge you out the yang because I need gold right now. I'm just letting you know.
A reasonable price.
Holy crap, they actually are gonna pay that amount. Alright, let's do it.
Fine. I'll look for him. You two stay out here.
Sums up though, I think, because those guys are just, they look like bums, but they're willing to pay like that much gold. Are they gonna try to take my gold? Are they trapping me? We'll see.
Damn it.
Just set up, man. Kikimore. Before speaking to the posters of the notice, Geralt set out to do a bit of reconnaissance, yet he returned to them quickly to find out what the job was to entail. The brothers, trembling in fear, explained that their other brother, beset by monsters, was trapped in a nearby cave. And what do we have? What do we have? In the bestiary. White honey. Then the Kikimora princess summoned all her loyal sisters, and off they went. Together they charged the enemy, trying to harm their queen. The Kikimora princess and the mountain giants. Cornelius Briggs, Dwarven Children's Fable, fragment. It is unknown how exactly it is Kikimoras communicate with each other. Autopsies are hampered by the high toxicity of their subjects. Scholars have established that Kikimoras do not seem to possess any detectable oracles. One amateur researcher, Count de Salvarez, put forth a theory in his treatise, A Microscope Among Monsters, suggesting Kikimoras have a highly developed sense of smell and use airborne particles undetectable to humans to transmit information. This theory has yet to be proven or disproved. Kikimora workers. The old fool came home, all black and blue, claiming Kikimoras had attacked him in the woods. Who does he take me for? His mates worked him over because he cheated at Gwent. If it'd been Kikimoras, he'd be dead. And I've peace at last. Lavinia, wife of Beauclair innkeeper. Kikimoras form colonies, making them similar to communal insects such as ants. A Kikimora colony is ruled by a queen and organized into something of a social hierarchy. Kikimora workers take care of hunting food and bringing it back to the nest, while Kikimora warriors defend the nest against attackers. A worker on its own can be easily killed by even a weak person or child. It is rare indeed, however, to come across an isolated individual. Kikimora workers usually move in groups of a few to a dozen or so members. The only defense against a swarm of Kikimoras available to a normal person is to flee, and not even that is guaranteed to work. Just run. Just run.
Magic. A place of power.
Letter to Martina Kriska. Dear Martina Kriska, congratulations on being promoted to the Imperial Academy at Castel Grappion. I'm sure you'll quickly become one of that institution's premier scholars. Yet before you set off for Nilfgaard, I, old Victor Monard, would like to ask you for a small favor. You know my sons. You played together as children, so you know how hard it is to coax them to get along. I feel in my bones it will soon come time for me to leave this vale of tears, yet I shall go with a heavy heart, knowing Auguste, Hugo, and Lucien will go at each other's throats as soon as I pass. Thus I have dismantled my famed still into 3 parts, and ask you, my darling Martina, to hide them from my sons. Perhaps searching together for the missing pieces of a machine which will give them wealth, will bind them together, and forever put an end to these foolish quarrels. In exchange for your trouble, I have included a modest pouch of coin. I wish you good luck. Your devoted servant, Victor Monard. The Adventures of Spiky and a Wight called Franconi. Once upon a time, in a small mound near the Vermentino vineyard, there lived a wight named Franconi. Amiable by nature, he spent his days in the mound, cooking various kinds of soups. Not that he was particularly fond of soups. It was his beloved pet, a barghest named Spiky, that slurped them up greedily. And so they sat there side by side, Franconi the wight and Spiky the barghest, cooking soups made of decaying bones, withered weeds, and if they managed to swipe some metal nails, their favorite delicacy. One day Franconi heard 2 gravediggers talk about a certain man of wealth who kept various kinds of cheese in the cellar. A cheese soup sounded like a delectable treat to Franconi, so he snuck into the noble cellar and stole the biggest cheese wheel there was. When he got home, Franconi started slowly melting the cheese into his favorite pot. The stench was so awful, Spiky ran off and refused to go back to the mound. To add to the already terrible state of things, the smell of cheese permeated everything, so Spiky and Franconi had to pack their things and move. The moral of the story is simple. If you are cooking a cheese soup, make sure the cheese you choose is not blue.
Warm and damp. Kikimores prefer cooler environments. Probably why they keep their distance. Damn, water's hot. Get burned if I don't watch it. Could use some protection. Maybe Quen will work. Blood trail. Could be Hugo's wounded.
Okay, so this is where I first entered, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll follow this trail here. But there's stuff down here in the water. It's hurting me. Crap. Let's try that again. Alright, let's get out of this freaking pool of hot water. Go. Alright. Alright, where does this trail lead? Okay, over here. Father knows worst. We found him. Found Hugo.
You, Hugo? Your brother sent me.
Ja! Dizzards, scoundrels, tartmongers! They attacked me, but I fended them off. Now, they sent a brigand to finish the job.
Not a brigand. I'm a witcher. And your brothers sent me to help you.
No. I refuse to believe they had a sudden change of heart. They tried to kill me, then sent help? I sense the stench of treachery a mile off.
Whoa, slow down. What's this about?
I'm Hugo Monar. My father, Victor Monar, you may have heard of. A cognac distiller he was.
Cognac?
Famed for it.
Heck
Before
yeah.
he passed, my brothers and I would quarrel over who would inherit the family business. So, father decided he would force us to work together. He broke his still down into its parts. 3 of them he hid, telling each of us the location of one. When my brothers learned my part, the last, was hidden in here, they decided they did not need me anymore. They decided to cut me out of the business. Literally. We argued, fought. The noise must have woken the beasts. My brothers ran for the mouth, while I ran deeper in.
So you came here to find a piece of a still. Mean this thing?
Yes! Where did you find it?
Bottom of the pool of a hot spring. Really hit it well, your father.
Your pay. It is not much, I know. But I promise you good prices. The best once the tavern is open again.
Hold you to that. Now let's go. Brothers are probably getting antsy.
Wait, see there? My brothers. They've rounded up some thugs. They mean to attack me.
We don't know that.
Would you try to tell me it's a coincidence? That they return with an armed band? They've come for the last part of the still. They would kill me for it. Please, you my only hope. Kill them. Elsewise, they'll kill me.
Kill your brothers? You want that?
Well, perhaps not them, but the other roughs, for certain. As to my brothers, I don't know. You couldn't perhaps render them harmless? Will you defend me?
Not about to start cutting folk down because of a family squabble about some spare bit of machinery. We're going over there, and you're gonna settle this. Talk it out.
But should they attack, you will protect me, will you not?
If they attack, unprovoked. Let's go.
Trust me, I'm a witcher.
Hugo! Are you well?
We were worried.
Why do I doubt this?
Listen, while you were in there, we realized this tiff is senseless, idiotic. You might have been harmed, gravely, and that's something we could never live down.
Lucien is right. We must bury this hatchet, work together as father wished it.
Claim to come in peace. But then who are these men?
Hunters, who had made camp nearby. They spotted us and asked if we had no need for their aid.
You went in, were gone a long time. With his men to help, we thought we might come to your rescue.
All right, glad to see you've made up. Now I really need to get back to my own affairs.
Naturally. Your payment.
We thank you for your help. Should you ever find yourself near the Clever Clogs, you must stop in. Superb cognac. Some of the best.
Will do. So long.
I've actually already been to the Clever Clogs Inn. See what happens? You can't just go. You're gonna get mugged by bandits, because it might not happen. Geralt followed a trail of blood to find Hugo, wounded by monsters. The man had sought shelter in the cave's depths. As Geralt and Hugo were leaving the none too hospitable caverns, Hugo's two siblings, assisted by a handful of armed men, blocked their way. Fearing for his life, Hugo begged the Witcher to teach his treacherous bastards brothers a lesson. Yet, as we all know, Geralt has a strong aversion for unnecessary violence, so he turned Hugo down. This proved a wise decision. Forced to discuss their differences, the three brothers settled their dispute and resolved to embark on an enterprise together. Okay. Let's do this.
Let's go! Whoa there, Roach. Go, go. Whoa! Whoa there, Roach.
Faster.
How do we get up there to the castle?
Come on, Roach.
So we take the high road. That's what we do.
Let's go.
This place looks so different at night, man. I'm getting lost like I would in real life. You know.
But my dear...
I refuse. There are insects everywhere, and I shall soil my dress.
We must win.
We must no such thing.
Bear with me, darling. Just a bit longer.
My favorite aspect of the hare hunt? The opportunities it affords to bond.
Geralt and Anna Henrietta rushed like rabbits through the palace gardens. Ironically, at the time, the gardens were the venue for a game of the Hunt of the Hare. Milton had been assigned the title role. The knight, having donned a bunny rabbit costume, sat hiding in the gardens, waiting to be found by the game's participants based on clues they could win by completing various challenges. Yet the Duchess in The Witcher could spare no time for such nonsense and set out to win the clues by breaking the rules.
Wine. Sunlight captured in a bottle.
I beg your pardon.
Knight's love and wine counsel, no half-hearted measures.
Just looking at it.
Unicorns are thought to like music, but this is no true.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Whoa.
It's Victor.
Old game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. Think unicorns. Rainbows, little girls, sweets maybe?
You have a new quest item. Prepare it for use by placing it in an appropriate slot in the inventory panel, then selecting it from the quick access menu. Use item, press or hold R1.
How dare he?
You already know this.
Crispy apple. Should like that like any other damn horse. Almost had it. Damn, don't have a sweet tooth. An apple. Yum, yum. Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
How is it that your castle does not feed him? Hey!
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Ah! That's not it at all. It has to be golden. What do you think?
Did someone just dive in the water?
Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Toffee. There we are. The golden fish.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important. King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
Look at that.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful!
What's new, mon ami?
The meeting's positively useless. She can't possibly see a thing.
An abstract question.
A bottle of wine's enough for two, provided one's
Truly, to send a witcher against the beast, it's as if one sought to treat the crab with crabs.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Mm.
Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours.
She just dropped the egg and there's nothing
This drivel.
inside.
I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. What the hell? It's a riddle here. Begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. Palace pantry? That sounds about right.
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No, the hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take row, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then
Oh,
mouse,
crap.
but starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the butch?
That was actually kind of cool.
What was that?
Hotville.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
None. Many. Conversations not about me.
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Fight the beast. When word of yet another murder reached the tourney participants, panic broke out amongst them. Geralt, affected by no such emotion, remained on the killer's tail as they rushed helter-skelter through the streets of Beauclair. The Witcher finally cornered the murderer in an old abandoned storehouse.
Let you kill again. Holy crap. Alright, this dude is... Alright, that dude was pretty savage.
to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble.
What in the
I can
world?
help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Who in the hell was that?
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Dettlaff. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. Not here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Seem pretty damn sure of that.
I am, because I know him very well. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Dettlaff is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains.
He chose the latter.
He chose the latter.
Exactly what he said.
Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him. Immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
how should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère la Chaise-Longue Cemetery. We'll meet there.
Mère la Chaise-Longue Cemetery?
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our coursers would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Quest completed. Blood Run. I do not know, nor do I know of, a single soul more experienced than Geralt in his profession. To surprise the Witcher takes incredible guile, yet the murderer sowing terror throughout Toussaint managed just that. The Witcher caught up to the killer. There was a brief exchange, then a fight most fierce ensued. I cannot say how the duel would have ended had our old friend Regis not appeared and intervened. Thus Geralt's first confrontation with the beast went unresolved. Having assembled the clues, Geralt and Anna Henrietta had concluded that Milton was hiding in the greenhouse. They had set off to find him post-haste. Alas, they were too late. Amidst lush vegetation, they found Milton's rapidly cooling corpse. The murderer stood over it. As the Witcher stepped towards him, the killer dashed off. Thus ended the first stage of Geralt's investigation, and thus began his mad pursuit of the murderer. Emil Regis Rohelek Terzieff Godefroy. Now that is a mouthful. Dettlaff van der Aretine. Dettlaff van der Aretine. Milton's murder was very swift. Even with years of witchering under his belt, Geralt could barely keep up with him. Soon it became clear the killer was as clever as he was fast. By entering an old warehouse where he set a trap for Geralt. In this way, Geralt had his first face-to-face encounter with the Beast of Beauclair, and discovered it was a higher vampire named Dettlaff. A fight immediately ensued, which might have ended very badly for the Witcher had he not been saved in the nick of time by an old friend Regis, who put a stop to their battle. After that, Dettlaff fled away in a puff of fog. Emil Regis Rohelek Terzieff Godefroy. Geralt chased Sir Milton's murder with mad intensity. How this chase ended stands as clear witness to the fact that Geralt was facing a highly dangerous foe. The killer led Geralt to an old warehouse where it set a trap for him. A fight ensued, and at a crucial moment, Geralt was saved by Regis, a higher vampire and old friend. Here I must explain that years ago Regis had joined Geralt's band of fellow travelers, of which I was a proud part, and set off with us in search of Ciri. Together we lived through many fascinating adventures, and Regis proved himself a loyal friend, the kind you can trust with your life. Sadly, the expedition ended tragically for Regis. He was killed by Vilgefortz, who reduced him to nothing more than a wet stain. Hence the Witcher's immense surprise at encountering his old friend. After all, he had seen Regis die with his own eyes. But the thing is, That was not Regis' final death, nor even his first. As a young man, Regis had been a bit of a free spirit and overindulged in the drinking of blood. This lifestyle led to him being butchered by angry villagers. Regenerating from that took him 50 years, or nearly no time at all, for an immortal. When he was back in full health, he kicked the habit of blood drinking for good. For years, we had all thought he was gone forever, yet there he was, standing in front of Geralt in that dockside warehouse. Regis explained he had regenerated and come to Toussaint to find Detloff, a friend. Such were the dramatic circumstances bringing Regis and Geralt together again in Beauclair. They did not have long to enjoy their reunion, however. They could hear others approaching, and Regis, not wanting to risk an encounter with angry humans, agreed to meet back up with Geralt at the cemetery where he had made an altogether comfortable temporary home for himself. Purchasing brief. Tin soldiers, $8.26. Stuffed animals, $1.25. Baby dolls, $1.40. Grown-up dolls, $85. Building bricks, 70 packs. Jigsaws, 150 sets. Knight's outfit, $48. Full princess costumes, $92. Witches caps, $18. Love letter. My beloved Clara, you have no idea how happy I am that the warehouse has been closed. How good it is to know each time we wish to embrace, no one shall stand in our way. Neither my father nor your mother. It shall never occur to them we rendezvous in this shuttered warehouse. I already laugh at the thought of them clambering over rooftops, like before, or looking through the rushes by the river. Even now, writing these words, I feel how much I would like to see you. I hope it will be like yesterday. I cannot speak for you, but as for me, I would just as well we never set foot out of this, our warehouse, our wonderland. Lovingly, your Albert. It's like a lover's retreat here. Now, where in the world am I now in relation to where I was?
Master Witcher, here to hunt the beast?
Is this the greenhouse? It is. Okay, the plot thickens. The Beast and Geralt's clash had been violent, albeit brief. Now with it done, Geralt could have a chat with his long-lost friend Regis. A higher vampire, Regis revealed that the creature terrorizing Beauclair was none other than his dear friend Detloff. Geralt now understood he was pursuing a truly dangerous foe, a higher vampire, one of Regis's ilk. Then the Witcher and the vampire heard a clamor. A posse was drawing near, so Geralt and Regis cut their conversation short. Preferring not to draw any attention, the vampire disappeared, but not before inviting the Witcher to pay him a visit at temporary quarters he'd established at the local cemetery. You had better believe it. Mayor Lachaislong. Lachaislong. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't, I didn't take classes in French. And that's why I'm struggling.
Truly, to send a Witcher against the Beast, it's as if one sought to treat the clap with crabs.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and brought in chains. Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta!
And have you ordered a new coat for the wine festival?
Yes, you want to, sir.
It's only on an empty stomach. Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
If I weren't just a lowly guardsman. 143 2. Greetings, knight.
Well, see you later.
I was thinking maybe he had some coin for me. Okay. We're hitting the 2 hour and 47 minute mark. We're going to the 3 hour mark, and this is a little much for what I like to have my stream videos. You know, for the length of my stream videos, I like to keep them 3 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours ideally, but we still got quite a content to knock out. So, and it's midday, 12:45. Haven't had breakfast yet. A little hungry, a little tired because I'm not a little hungry. You know, got some things to do around the house in terms of laundry and washing dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. And next time we come back, we're going to go meet Regis at the Bière-le-Chastelagneau cemetery and see what's going on with the vampire menace that is threatening Beauclair. Alright guys, peace out.